Yeah,
Really gotta
I
find
keep
that something
forgetting.
else.
Look, man, I know. I just naturally use the numpad. It's just part of. It's like why I even set it up to use the numpad in the first place.
Like,
YouTube's
the
not dead.
reason
It should be back.
the reason you pay more for that is the same reason I'm buying my power from Arkansas and paying them to burn natural gas up there when we have power plants and natural gas here. It's because you're exporting shit somewhere else so that both states can, well, so that the companies in both states can fuck the people in their state equally and make money off of both.
Yeah, I
So they
know.
don't have to
Yeah.
give anybody a discount.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably also a fuel cabal. That was actually going on in
Yes.
Vermont when I was living up there. It's basically all the gas stations. Finally, in like 2018, I think this happened. But all of the gas stations in the area were cooperating to raise the fuel prices by like 2 cents every month, and they finally got caught on it and successfully sued. But everyone only got like a fucking dollar out of it, so it
Of
wasn't really even a
course.
punishment. I don't know what happened
I
to the
hate
stream. I mean, the stream's still running. It should be at least. The Canadians tried to take me down. That's what happened.
The
Yeah, I hate the
Canadians got
fact
mad
that
you talked about their dollar being shit.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that when people make money off of a crime, the punishment never takes away all the fucking money unless you're, a normie. If you made
Yeah.
millions or billions of dollars off this crime, they give you a slap on the wrist, demand like
Well, I mean,
a
no,
fraction of the
I mean,
money,
like,
and let you keep the rest.
yeah, it's okay. Yes, but no. So the problem is that the penalty fines were put in place like back in the 1800s when like getting penalized $100,000 was basically ruinous,
Yeah.
and it was never updated because, well,
I'm
obviously.
sorry. You're telling me the fucking penalties for theft haven't all been increased with inflation either?
Nope.
Not for grand theft. Not for
Um,
theft over a certain amount.
Effectively, the only fines that have actually been increased to match inflation have been low-level crimes that the police write you tickets for.
Crimes that affect normies.
Yeah.
So if you're committing multi-million dollars worth of crime, you get a slap on the wrist that doesn't do shit, and you get to keep the money and go right on about committing more crime.
Well, like I said, back in the day, that slap on the wrist was basically your wrist being chopped off, but
Oh,
now,
sure.
because of inflation, it is just a slap on the wrist, and the companies obviously pay the politicians to never bring up increasing those fines to match a more modern level.
No, of course not.
But yeah, so, really, really not happy with the enshittification of everything. Not great. Don't like it.
No, sir, I don't like it.
Yeah,
Not a bit.
not a bit. But is what it is. Is what it is.
You're
So
running out
anyway,
of it is what it is.
I know. Let's continue. Next up, we have Human No More. Taylor died on the way to the hospital. It was seen as amazing news that she was able to be revived afterward, but it was very clear that she was not the same as before. 5 chapters, 7,000 words.
Hmm.
Yes. TLDR. Taylor died and got super sociopathy as a power.
What?
So, what changed?
Did the website get killed? the fuck you talking about?
What is bro
I'm
on
not
about?
able to find it on Google or in history. What the fuck you talking about? What aren't you able to find?
What?
Is what it
What?
is?
Do you, do you mean
Bro,
the
what are you
Twitch
on about?
stream? Which stream or the YouTube stream?
Oh, it's what Sign said. What the fuck did
Ah,
Sign say?
I don't know. I ignore everything Sign says.
It's usually
Oh,
better that way.
the
Oh,
website.
for the hell difficulty tutorial links.
Oh,
Yeah, it's fine if you can't find them.
Oh, one of the translators did close down recently. I don't know if they did hell difficulty tutorial, but I do remember that recently. A couple translators
No.
did shut down.
HDT is the rewrite that some guy is
Right.
doing on Patreon, not the one being translated.
This is a
Wow.
fanfic based off of my favorite worm fanfictions on space battles.
oh no.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Based off. Okay.
Based off what?
I Am Skitter, Prodigal Daughter, and Kaleidoscope, all of which are dead now. I am writing this fic for a chance to add my own hat to the ring. My dude,
Don't.
not only no, but you are not adding your own hat to the ring. You are shitting on a plate and tossing it at the nearest person.
Hmm.
You are
As
in
if
no
it were a
fashion. As much shit as I'll give Ack, 1308. You are not him.
No.
Bro thinks he's
No.
him.
You will never be him. You will never have the writing abilities of him. You are not him. Do not come in here and be like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw my hat into the rink with my 1,000 word chapters. Half of those words are gonna be an author's note.
Mhm.
Get the fuck out of here.
The arrogance.
The
The
absolute sheer
fucking
temerity.
hubris. Temerity.
Yes.
We wrote more in all of our opening chapters than this man has done in his entire story.
Well, yeah, obviously. That's not hard. Our opening chapter was like 9,000 words.
You are incorrect.
Oh. What was our opening chapter?
If you include both sections of it, 26K.
Oh, well, okay then.
The
I guess I
closest
missed
one
something
is
if I didn't
okay
know-
worth it.
I guess I didn't know you didn't like Ack. Okay, so I don't like Ack because if you go to Archive of Our Own, you find out things you never wanted to find out about Ack and his personal preferences about what he would like to see Taylor do with her father.
Ah, it's one of
Oh,
those.
right, that story.
That story? You mean that series?
Series.
Oh, it's a series now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, no, he has multiple stories on Archive of Our Own in where Taylor fucks her dad, Taylor and her dad fuck Sophia, Taylor and her dad mind break Sophia, a whole fucking list of things.
Yep.
It's a lot of sex
No.
with her dad.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, don't read them. They're very explicitly written. So, like I said, I don't like the guy, but when he writes safe for work shit, it's pretty fucking good.
Like he's a good author. Or all said, it's just weird shit should not be out there.
Yeah.
I've got no room to talk on that.
You're just a weird person. You're allowed to.
Well, Sign, considering the fact that the best stories you've ever written have none of the porn in them.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You keep bringing that up, god damn it.
And it
Because
will
it's
continue to be
a,
true.
Because
it's
very
a point that needs to be hammered into your skull.
Yes, it bears repeating.
Like, don't get me wrong. Look, Midas Man. Famous guy. Midas Man is known for starting off writing a bunch of porn stories, including original works, and people were like, this is great and all, except could you write more chapters without porn in it? Because you do good
Please
world
read this
building.
porn.
And then he was like, alright, fine. I'll do that. And people were like, great. And then they started complaining when he was writing porn chapters because they wanted more of his non-porn chapters. And he's like, fine. I'm going to rewrite this story. I'm going to split this World of Warcraft story into 2 stories. I'm going to have a porn-focused World of Warcraft story, and I'm going to have a non-porn World of Warcraft story. And no one read the porn one.
Yep.
Oof.
Lamau.
Wow.
I tried reading Mayor of Noobtown. Why would you read that? He'll stop bringing up your best story as non-porn when you make a popular porn story that beats out all of the non-porn.
Difficulty 100.
I would, except A, he can't. B, he won't. C, I won't read it.
Yeah. D, he really can't.
Fuck off.
I didn't say that last
Yeah, he didn't say that last
I
time.
know. I heard Cass.
Am I wrong?
Fuck off.
one. No,
Yeah, you
I
should
mean,
fuck
I
off.
believe that if Sign got more experience than the women in Louisiana and touched grass at
Impossible.
least 1 times a week,
I'm gonna be
and-
real with that, you chief. That's not
Never to do
happening.
that. I go outside once a day at least.
I
Speaking of, I need
mean,
to do
it
that
doesn't
here
really
soon.
reflect in your writing.
Oh,
I go outside once a day at least. Oh, I might have forgotten today. That's not helping your point here.
Well, I need to go check the mail eventually. I've just been busy. all
That
fucking
does
day.
not count.
Wait. No, at least go out to walk a pet or something. Dude, that's not the
Oh wait,
same.
no.
Whoa,
no,
hold
my
on,
brother
Max.
came by. I still
You're
got
really
15 minutes.
asking him to waddle his way down the road like that? That's just...
Go out and play with the dogs every day. Not in that way, Sneaky. Not in that way.
you didn't say
Mhm.
anything. Your mind came up with that yourself.
I didn't say anything,
No,
man.
and
I don't know kind of
knew
where your
he was
mind's
gonna
going.
go with that.
No, I was gonna say, Sign, sitting in the monoblock chair outside, throwing the tennis ball when the dog brings it back to you, isn't playing with the dogs outside.
That's not what I do. I run the yard with the dogs.
Sign's a bit like Elaine with food, but instead it's just going outside. Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, does Elaine just forget to eat?
Oh, constantly.
Oh.
He goes, on average, about 2 days without food.
What the fuck?
Couldn't do it.
That is... That... Hmm.
Yeah.
How?
Well,
like,
hey,
That's
look,
really
it's-
bad malnutrition.
Yeah, you say that, except actually Faceless, our DM for D&D, actually is worse than that because he tries to subsist off of ice cream and pie.
When the
Ugh.
pie's on sale, he doesn't buy it full price.
And the pies are not meat pies. They are like
Of course.
apple pie.
Oh, of course.
Is he like 1,000,000 pounds? Does he
No.
sound sweaty?
No. He's
No.
apparently got a
Sweaty.
harem of bedgirls.
He's got a
He always
harem of
sounds-
bedgirls, yeah.
A what?
Apparently
What?
he's swarthy if the bedgirls are gonna go by.
From what I know of Elaine, apparently the man has game and no one understands why or how.
No, this
Not
is
even
Not
him.
Faceless.
Elaine, this is Faceless.
Sorry, Faceless.
Well,
I've been told
he-
stories about how they just sit down
He's
and play porn
swarthy.
games with him, and
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
I
shorty.
hope that he'll
In
get
his
in
lap.
the mood.
They sit in his
Yeah.
lap playing porn games.
And he doesn't even get. And
God damn it.
they're just friends with him. Yeah.
They're just
He also
friends.
he
They're just really
also
good friends.
he does this knowing they all want a piece of it,
Yes.
and he just doesn't reciprocate apparently.
Yes.
Well, not
just really good
reciprocating is
friends.
attractive.
There's
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 of them.
Shorty, Sporty, Charlie,
Glasses.
He does not
Glasses.
just
that's
sit
all.
here.
You naming dwarves?
They're
Wow.
just they're just named after dwarf. What the fuck?
Shorty,
Yeah.
Sporty, Charlie, Glasses.
Oh yeah, and those the
Sneaky?
yandere, and there's
Okay,
multiple
no.
yanderes that used to be
Hang
obsessed with
on.
him as well.
Actual question:
Yeah.
Is this how Faceless refers to them?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Woo!
It's how he refers to him with us.
Yes.
No,
then
here's
there's
the
also
thing. From what
Probably
you've told me
reading his
about him,
chat.
he does that
Yeah.
to their faces as well.
Yes, he does.
Probably.
And then there's also the
Probably.
multiple fucking stalkers
We don't know
that
for
apparently
certain.
from the past that was obsessed with him.
I
Does he like
just-
live in the fucking gym? Is he just Chad
No.
Chaddington?
No, he
No.
does not go to the gym at all.
Is he rich?
No.
He might. No, he might be.
He might be.
His
it-
father was a music professor or something?
Mm.
Yeah,
No,
If I
that's
remember-
50-50.
That's a 50-50, and his
He's
father could have also made some
working
real
on
good
his
investments.
he's working on his master's PhD for psychology right now.
I think it's just
So-
math.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
he has drugs. That's what it is.
No, I don't think so.
No.
No, because this was before he
No?
even went to college.
Yeah.
I appreciate
So
how
he had
insulted
high school
Ray
bed
was.
girls. He had pre-high school bed girls, and he also had a different set of bed girls when he went to college.
Jesus.
Yes. And then there was all the,
just-
like I said, there was
bro
all the
just
yandere
rolled an-
stalkers that he actually scared
Like I
him
said,
as
I
well.
think he's just swarthy.
Bro
Yeah.
just
He's got
rolled a
charisma.
20 when making his stat block. Okay.
Yeah,
That's some bullshit.
yeah. But don't worry, he'll never act on any of it.
At all.
That's
Ever.
that's the
Why?
stranger part to me.
Pretty sure he
Like,
got touched as a kid.
Mm.
hmm.
He's also very
Mm.
leftist.
Like I said, he got touched as a kid.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That explains some things.
He's
Well, he also went
from
into child
Arizona.
psychology
Mm.
and specifically
Yeah.
tries to help kids in bad situations.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
That's either someone who's just really good deep down, or he's got some trauma that he wants to make sure doesn't happen to others.
Honestly, I
Or
think it's a
the
little bit of
both.
both. Yeah,
Yeah, or
I
both.
think it's a little bit of both. Like he's a fairly good guy. It's just he's
Mhm.
got very concrete worldviews of some very odd
Mm.
things.
Mm.
Is this one of those things where when he talks about certain views with you guys, you sit there and think, wow, this is completely incompatible with how he is as a person?
Yes. Oh well, there is that, but also it's we've bullied him out of the politics section on the SDM. He used to post there until I showed up on the server, and then
Yeah,
every
he
time he
doesn't
would
go
post
even near it.
anything, I would challenge him on it, and then instead of like fighting me on it, he would just stop posting, and then eventually he just muted the channel because
He's muted the entire server, to be fair, and only.
Well, to be fair,
a
we
couple,
constantly have political leaks going on in every portion of the server.
which is
Yeah.
entirely fair.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
the server is private and closed, and people can't join it. So, you know,
Yeah.
Honestly, it's one of the weirdest things I ever saw a public Discord do.
just have a private
thought-
political section.
No, that's fine. I think that's actually a good way to handle things because some people
Some people
cannot have a
yeah.
they cannot have
No.
a civil conversation when
Nope.
it comes to it.
No.
It doesn't matter what side of the fence they're on. There's
Nope.
some people that just cannot have a
Nope.
civil conversation regardless of how fucked up they believe the other person's opinion to be.
That sounds
no.
familiar.
They shut down the memes and shit post channel
Mm.
because it would sometimes it would sometimes get political, and I'm like, so
Well,
your
yeah.
answer to this is instead of opening a political chat, is to close the
Wait.
one channel that it was quarantined to.
True.
So now it's just going to go to other parts, and now you're going to have to
Wait, I think
more
I've heard-
closely moderate a dozen
Well,
channels instead of just the
Max,
one.
I mean, you should know
has-
better.
I
You
feel
know,
like this
leftists
that
love
server specifically
censorship.
has been. I'm pretty sure that server has been talked about before because then you guys just said, but the server owner just said, but I hate politics or something as his reasoning for shutting it down.
No, Max does not circle the same servers that we are all
I
in.
swear, I swear
do
I've
not.
heard about
The
that.
The
only
server-
server that
server?
anyone is in the same server as him is this one.
The server that I'm referring to is for a YouTuber that I found years ago that I enjoy their content, and they're still sub 500k subscribers. It's doubtful anyone here other than maybe Gray has heard of them. Oh,
Or me,
Sneaky
Could
may have
be.
just heard of them by
They,
proxy.
yeah, because they roll around mostly with Fallout videos.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny you say that because the exact same thing has happened to me where people just like post shit in the fucking like off-topic meme channel and then it gets nearly shut down. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, no, you know, it's actually really funny because of some of the servers I've been in where they actually do have a political channel in them, and then people will post politics in the non-political channel, and the mods will be like, that belongs in the political channel, and they're like, well, I don't have permissions to go there. And then they get permissions to go there, and then they have a fucking spurg fit because of the politics they saw on that channel.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder why you didn't have permission to go there, and I wonder why there's a secret, double secret politics channel you're really not allowed to go to.
Gary Chat, my beloved.
No, something's
Yeah,
going
it's a-
over on the other server with my other group of friends. Someone is being called a fucker, and they are all deafened, so they're doing Lethal Company tonight.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Someone just got someone killed.
Amazing.
Average Lethal Company experience.
Average Lethal Company game.
Nice.
But, yeah, no. Faceless, unfortunately, is a, individual who...
He is an individual.
in an individual.
Good
Yeah.
DM.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, he's getting better. It's
Yeah.
just,
He has his moments, but for
He
the
has
most
his
part,
yeah.
like the
It was
beholder,
very funny to watch him argue with the Native American
Oh yeah, that's right.
About-
Orpheus.
about Native history. The Native American who is majoring in Native American history in the United States.
Oh no.
He decided to get into an
That's-
argument with him because he is calling upon his heritage of his ancient family who came from central Mexico.
That is
Bro.
not a fight you should have picked.
I'm sorry.
You don't pick a
I
fight with
wouldn't-
Montezuma.
I'm not picking a fight with someone who could say, "Hang on, let me call my grandpa up
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
history discussion about something." Like, no,
Oh, I mean, also he's getting his degree in the exact history they were talking about.
Oh no, that's fine. Grandpa's on speed dial for help with homework, though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Like-
yeah, it was just a moment of like, it was really funny because they were
Oh.
just slamming paragraphs at each other, and Faceless was just he was talking in one direction, and Orf was trying. He was trying
Orf
to
tried.
communicate. Orf was
Orf is-
trying to communicate in every direction possible, and Faceless
Hey.
was like, "Nope, these are my
So he sent his
opinions, and you're
smoke
wrong."
signals.
Wait, no, sir, your track runs out. You need to hop on this one for us to continue. No, yours runs out. You don't get it.
Yeah, I told you about this in DMs, Max, but there was a moment where I literally posted the message, "This discussion has become too racist for me. I'm out." And it was a response to a message
Oh.
that Faceless posted.
Yeah, you sent me a screen cap, and I remember asking, "What the fuck happened?"
This has gotten too racist for me.
Because
It
For
was
all
a
the
thing.
for all the spicy opinions you have, when that pops up, it's just like, oh my god, what was posted that even Sneaky is cringing?
I was like, cool. You guys have this discussion. I'm done here.
One of the few times I've been like, man, you know, I almost want to be on the server Sneaky Zone.
You don't
Just
want
for
to be
this.
there.
You do
Been
not
like,
want to be here.
Nah.
I mean, no, actually, like, I send him,
It's-
like, 90% of the memes.
Yeah,
Mm.
like most of the stuff that we do have is fine. Because we quarantine a lot, and most of the fucked up stuff is in the fucked up channels.
Yeah,
Which you have-
it's more just, it's a lot of Arn opinion in a lot of places.
Yeah.
oh, nothing of value to me.
Yeah,
Why does Arn have opinions? Why is he allowed?
because he's the
Because he's
server.
the server owner.
It's his server,
server.
so...
This is unfortunate.
Yeah, well, is what it is.
Oh.
I mean, aren't you on that one, Nose? You were given an invite.
I
Yes.
barely
Yes.
interact with it. I'm just there for the emotes.
That's fair.
That's
That
fair. There's
is-
a lot of emotes on that server.
There's so fucking many.
Yeah, I think it's with Shadow.
Well,
Shadow and
hang
Arn
on.
both boost it to at max level.
Shadow,
Oh.
Aussie, and Arn.
Right.
Okay. You're not still subscribed to Nitro, are you, Nose?
No, I
Yes,
have
he
it for
is.
free.
How'd you get it for free? Did people just throw you links?
He used his Jewish magic.
Yes. The actual answer is I got it super early, and so I don't actually have to pay.
He bought it super early. Oh my god, he's an early adopter. Mods,
Wait.
unfile this man's taxes.
Wait, they had a lifetime option when
Oh,
they
grandfather him.
rolled it out.
Yeah, back when they
Yep.
first introduced it, it
Yeah.
was just a purchase and be done with it thing. It was Discord
Mm.
Pro or something back then. And then when they switched it to Nitro being a subscription base, they basically honored the lifetime membership of the original purchasing.
Well, don't
And-
worry. Now that they've swapped over to Nitro and Nitro Basic, I'm sure that's about to disappear in the next 3 years because that's what happened with Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, probably.
They
We're
stopped
just
honoring
going
the
to
I'm gonna-
grandfather.
marginalize you.
They stopped honoring the grandfather contract.
I'm
And it was
gonna-
fucked up. You know how they did that initially with Rooster Teeth?
Ow.
A bunch of people who were sponsors, because I started mine when it was still sponsors. Randomly, sponsors just didn't get the auto pay
Oh,
bill.
Yeah, they
And
didn't
it
get their
just
bill, and then they
canceled en masse.
claimed. Yeah, they
It's like,
claimed
no, hang
that,
on a
yeah.
second. I was told this would grandfather in. It's like, well, it was a mistake. It's like, okay, so am I getting the old price? No. Then you're not getting my money.
Yeah, and then they collapsed
Because
as a company.
I take
It's really
contracts
weird how
very
that works.
seriously. Yeah, it's like I take contracts very seriously. A promise is a promise. When you say you will do something, you must do the thing, as long as it's not like morally wrong or illegal.
Well, I mean,
It's very
Max,
simple.
don't you know
If you-
they doubled their hiring environment? That means they need to increase the amount of money so they can still be profitable to investors.
Just don't double your. Yeah,
But Max, they
getting
needed to
real.
hire their friends.
I'm getting so tired of watching companies be like, "We must keep growing." It's like, no, guys, just find.
We must hire all of our friends.
Find
Nepotism,
your happy
nepotism,
plateau. Find the happy plateau where you continue to make profit without increasing stress on the environment in which you've created for work.
That's silly, Max. Don't you know
growth
number
is
go
not
up infinite?
Infinite growth is not success. Infinite growth is inevitably going to fail.
Yes.
No, growth is infinite. Number always go up. The factory must expand to meet the needs of the factory.
I hate you so much right now. I want you to know that.
Which reminds me, the DLC for that comes out at the end of this month.
I know.
The
Actually, in
DLC
2
for
days.
what?
2 days.
Wait, the DLC for what?
The Space Age
Factorio.
DLC for Factorio.
Oh yeah, Sneaky's gonna
Oh.
fucking disappear.
Arn is going to fucking disappear as
I
well.
think we're
Every-
gonna be
every
making
system-
a, server.
Every IT and systems engineer is going to disappear for the next week. So be
Yeah,
ready.
okay.
This is unironically correct.
Yeah, I
Oh
think we're
god,
gonna
I'm
be
already
making a
having
group
trouble at my
server.
workplace. No.
But don't worry, I don't need to
Good
call
luck
off
with
work for this because I have 2 computers and can merely have it running in the background on my
yes.
telephone.
What the? What?
Huh?
Discord. What does this mean?
What does it mean?
Yeah, you know how Discord would be like, "Hey, unread messages in this chat."
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
streaming voice channel now says it has unread messages.
Yeah, it's because someone
Yes.
posted a message in the streaming voice channel.
All right, who the fuck did
Heyo.
that? Who am I banning? Who am I kicking?
Gray.
Uh-oh.
I did.
Uh-oh.
Rip Gray.
Bye, Gray. Good night. Go to
Good
sleep.
night.
Gray is
Actually,
going
how
to
do I-
bed,
Here it is.
forcefully
Oh,
retired.
shit. What? What use is this? Why is? I hate you, Discord.
Good night,
Wait.
everybody.
Juno V music.
Oh. He left of his own accord, but like, what? Discord, stop adding useless functions.
Wait a second.
No.
Like forwarding.
Gray. Gray.
No, here's the thing. Forwarding
Right,
forwarding is fine as a function. You know what's a useless function? The discover button being permanently on my UI now.
Yeah.
That is an entire
Yeah.
section I can no longer see.
Yeah.
Whoever their UI designers are need to be fucking fired. They are actively ruining a
cancerous.
system that has been great up until 2022. At the latest.
Yeah.
Earliest, probably 2020.
Anyway, so back to this author being terrible.
Okay, who's
Um,
fucking with the channel status?
I don't know,
That's-
but that's kind of funny.
Probably
Knows.
knows.
I was genuinely just trying to see what I could do with it.
Well, knows you're a mod. You can do damn near everything with it.
Yeah,
I wanted to see what I could do.
I
wanted
don't
to see
have
what it
any
would
like
allow.
you saw.
restrictions.
I was just trying to see like what was allowed. I want to see if like gifts were allowed or shit. I don't know.
Banished.
Apparently,
Unban me all you want. You can't remove the busk spins.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I can.
I know you
can
can.
figure it out.
I know
It's
you...
gonna take a sentence. It's gonna take me a bit to figure it out.
Hold on, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Ah, yes, here we go.
No, yeah, no. You just remove it and then set the new status.
Status for streaming. Oh jeez. Oh yeah. How about that?
Unlock every emoji with Nitro. No, I will not.
We'll fucking put the nerd thing.
Streaming description.
You know what?
You know what? That can
channel
stay.
status that isn't the mods. He was that you? Oh, I really hate this. You have to click on the channel status, so if you just set the
Yeah.
channel status to something like obnoxiously hard to see.
Yeah.
Oh man. Here, let's make the nerd a little more. There we go.
Oh yes, of course.
Fits right in.
Yes.
This is now a Burley channel.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
May I add a gun? Ah.
sure. Why not?
Anyway,
I'm
so
not gonna tell him no.
yeah.
No, yeah,
So-
who's gonna tell
You're gonna
Broly
try
no?
and tell Broly no?
I'm not telling Dragon
Um,
Ball Z Broly no.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
adding
True.
this fic for the chance to add my hat to the ring, but also for the slight chance that one of the authors will decide to continue my story out of sheer joy of seeing it. Though evidence
So
will
basi-
probably prove
So
the
he doesn't
point that
want to-
my story is worse.
So he doesn't want to write his own story. He wants a good author to do it for him.
Yes. I am still reading the original web novel. Worm is amazing, and I highly recommend you to read it. I have been
Please don't.
addicted to reading it for the past few months? Bro, what is your reading speed? Jesus Christ.
Shit.
The answer is yes.
I will be learning new things as I read, so I apologize if I don't write this story properly. I am sticking to my story, however. I am still working on Calamity Light for the 4 people who care. Well, at least bro knows. Okay, well then. I am very difficult person to call human. Though what make me human? Is it my body? Is it standard, slightly dull-shaped, 2-arm, 2-leg, 2-eye, 5 senses, stomach, heart, brain, and bladder? No, that same thing could be applied to a monkey.
Bro, you're not fucking... No. Shut up, bro.
Is it my mind, with its sentience and awareness of everything that it's sapience, bro, but okay. Awareness of everything that I am, along with trillion of other things that wait below surface of my mind until moment of recollection. No, since there had been recent news about people of Earth Alf discovering species of hyper-intelligent mice.
What
And
is this,
no
the secret of
human
Nimrod
would
pit?
ever dare put themselves on the same pedestal. Put them put themselves on the same pedestal as the mice? What do you mean dare? Attention author. A slam has been dispatched in your general direction.
The local giant frog is displeased with your ignorance of the great plan.
Author will see my shitfic and will be so filled with rage at my dog shit butchering of their story they'll be compelled to fix it. Yeah. That's a strategy. That's a strategy, Cotton. Was it emotions with complexity that they can convey from mild disfaction to full-blown rage, from grasping depression to manic joy and stupid bravery to cowardly fear? Maybe it was. Humans are just emotion. No. No.
But humans aren't just emotion?
No. That is so reductive. That is only humans have emotions, says local retard.
It don't work like that.
It doesn't?
No.
Wow.
No.
Okay. All right.
Sneaky being like, I bet.
Okay.
I'm out.
Just wow. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I really, really hate it when idiots try and write smart. 'Cause that's just wow. Humans are the only species ever to have complex emotions.
No.
Arthur, I'm pretty sure a dog has more complex emotions than you do.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Even the
Bro, just insult my
hyper-intelligent
dogs.
Even the hyper-intelligent mice on Alf only ever feel happy or sad, just like dogs.
So he's a moron.
Yes.
Wow. That's Wow.
Birds never own dogs.
Like, that is I didn't realize it was possible to be that wrong.
It's very possible, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Not just wrong, but confidently wrong.
Yeah.
but like,
Damn.
damn. That's yeah. I honestly I don't have words for that.
I can't believe they've even baffled the sneaky.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard someone say something that stupid.
I don't know. Give it time.
Animals don't have emotions.
Give it time. Sign will probably beat that.
Probably.
Fuck off.
That is just I mean, honestly, so what it really is, right? It's very telling. It's a major self-report from the author. Because they're stupid. So obviously, they can't make the statement that intelligence is human. Because they're stupid. And they know
So
that they'd be calling themselves not human if they made that argument.
Yep.
Or at least
So
they
some-
can't
instead
do
they went
that.
after emotions. So instead they went after the emotions.
Yeah,
But-
they used reductive reasoning to say, oh, well, the body shape, that's just like a monkey's. That's like that's what a stupid person would say for why body can't be used.
But they would think it'd make him look smart to say
Exactly.
that.
So this is a stupid person who doesn't want to admit they're stupid when writing it. So they go after emotions, and then they come up with some bullshit pulled out of the ass total crap about how animals don't feel emotions and humans are the first ones to ever feel emotions. And emotions are what make you human. Which is
Incredibly reductionist.
if we're going by this author's definition, if emotions are what make you feel human, then women are either a separate species or not human.
I was waiting for it.
Mm,
Oh.
Because holy fuck. I just...
Woohoo.
A question that has baffled philosophers since the first days of civilization. And you're gonna sit here and say, nah, man, it's emotion. And you don't even have the fucking,
Yeah.
the politeness. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like I don't know what the word I'm looking for here is. Like you didn't even go and copy someone else's homework. You just made your own fucking shit up. Like, there's plenty of philosophers you could have just copied and pasted from that would result in the point being given that emotions are what make us human, because plenty of philosophers have tried to come to that conclusion, and you couldn't even copy someone else's work. You couldn't even plagiarize.
He wouldn't think to plagiarize, Sneaky, because he believes he's the first person to have come up with that interpretation.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Assign,
So we're
take
having
this as
fun,
a
I see.
yeah, assign, take this as a challenge and write a line so brain dead that Sneaky has forced you to ask to retract it. Sign doesn't need to try. He already tells us he leaves his cart outside in the corral. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We know.
We should
Yeah.
kill him with hammers.
Daily reminder that Sign does not participate in society.
No.
I participate in society.
He's an active
No, you don't.
detriment in society.
No, you don't.
But yeah. So Max, were you here for the part where only humans have emotions?
Oh no, I was
Okay.
walking around the house taking care of some stuff, so I was muted through the mic and in Discord
Yeah.
just to be safe, 'cause
I
my
didn't know how
mute's
much
funky.
you heard on that one. Yeah.
Oh, I heard it all. I just
Yeah.
didn't reprimand you for the woman
Yeah.
comment because I was muted in 2 ways
Yeah.
and couldn't get to my
I know
computer.
that's why I made it.
Uh-huh.
He knew he wasn't going to get punished for it.
So anyway, and now that I no longer have complex emotions, I am no longer human. I am me, I am Taylor, but I am no longer human. Yeah, wow, that reviewer really did hit the nail on the head. Is the Taylor's power is advanced sociopathy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. My power is autism. We know you're on the spectrum, Ironwood. We're asking what your semblance is.
Most of us.
I have autism.
I think most of us have that problem. I mean, power.
My power is autism. My buddy Keith always said I was good at focusing.
Ellis, is now the right time?
I was gifted with a pattern recognition brain.
Shut up.
Evolution. Can I have a pattern recognition brain? For survival? Yes. Do you know the way?
Yes, survival.
Yes, opens Twitter.
Indeed. But yeah, so this is a very fascinating story in which the author believes that you're only human if you have emotions. Yeah, so like I want you to be clear how little 1,000 words can be. 5 paragraphs, 10 paragraphs. That's the whole scene. Dude, they mashed 2 scenes, air quotes, in here. Each scene was 500 words. And each scene can be summarized with, I was in the ambulance. I left the ambulance. That's all they managed to do in 500 words each.
Many such cases.
Also, Taylor casually breaks the 4th wall.
I can't stand.
Oh, that's how you really know you're getting a winner here.
Why am I telling you about these seemingly unnecessary things? Well, you want a story of what happens next, don't you? Context is necessary for this sort of thing. For those who are sensitive to bloody subjects and slurs, please turn away. I don't see a point in warning you again. As for why, well, who doesn't like a good story?
I was gonna say, I thought you were about to say, who doesn't like a good slur, but.
Yeah, well, Australian.
Why would you say that? Now he has an excuse.
What? After the cataclysm, After the cataclysm, the Pokemon world was never the same. He said the title in the summary, guys. Now Pokemon and their trainers are feared. Forced to become a trainer, Ava does her best to survive in the dangerous world. AU Pokemon world with Hunger Games selection ceremony.
Huh?
Huh?
What?
Hunger Game
Huh?
Pokemon World. What?
What did he mean by this?
That doesn't make sense.
Why would a
Each
cataclysm
Pokemon is
change it?
effectively.
Well, no. See, right, like, here's the thing, right? Like, the Pokemon world on the whole, while it does have cities, is a mostly rural environment. If a cataclysm occurred, right, like some sort of, like, fucking asteroid somehow hit the planet without Rayquaza, Dialga, Palkia, Arceus, Mew, Lugia, Ho-Oh, one of those 9 other dragons that defend the planet. If somehow the meteor got past everyone, right?
Past one of the 900 other motherfuckers that are protecting the planet in some way.
It hit the ocean or something and caused like massive destruction across the entire planet because of sweeping changes in environment or whatever. Not much would change. Like I said, I would say probably 80%, maybe more, of the Pokemon population in the world is in a rural environment. I'm not just
Well,
talking
that's
the
because-
Pokemon, I'm talking the humans too. Like that, like there's only like 2.
It's a very vast wilderness, the Pokemon world as a whole.
Well, that's because the Pokemon world is already post-apocalyptic. The world you're seeing in Pokemon stories is after, Pokemon have fucked up everything more than once.
It was after
Huh?
the Great War at minimum.
Yeah.
But it's not post-apocalyptic sign. It's just different divergent. It's they have cities, like they don't have massive ruins of like forgotten civilizations that wiped themselves out from apocalyptic scenarios. They do have ruins of ancient civilizations, but they're like civilizations that just collapse normally because they grew
True, but I
beyond
also
the
seem to
technology's need.
recall. Also seem to recall it's a lot more dangerous to live out
Oh yeah, no, it's
on your
absolutely more
own in
dangerous, but
Pokemon.
sure, yes, but the point being though is that a large majority of the population of both Pokemon and people is outside of the city still. A lot of rural life is still ongoing. Some areas even have royalty that are actually like
Whoa.
controlling the
Yep.
country around.
Yes. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
You have the Draconid clan, which you have literal clans still lingering around in the tribal era still. Like it's very very minimal technological development. Well, yes, Blackthorn clan, but they're more incorporated in society. Like the Draconids are quite literally living in wood huts with Pokemon leather draped over them, and they like, you know, very tribal. Um, but what I'm trying to say here is that if an apocalyptic event happened, not a large swath of the population would die off. Like if an apocalyptic event happened, like, some sort of volcano explosion occurred, Yellowstone explodes, right? And it would kill trillions of people because the cities would get cut off from supplies. You wouldn't be able to grow food anymore, etc., etc. But like, there's Pokemon out there who can naturally clear the clouds. There's Pokemon out there that naturally can mitigate large issues like flooding and mudslides and rebuilding homes and not only can they do this, but because these Pokemon can do this, people are already prepared for this, right? Like, there's already policies and procedures in place for when the mountain has a mudslide because Pokemon are fighting and they caused a mudslide. Or they caused an
Yeah, they see
earthquake.
enough minor disasters that they've prepared for bigger
Yeah.
ones.
And so, and not only that, it's like a lot of it's still farming, a lot of it's still ranching. There's a big ecological integration going on with a vast number of the regions.
I think it is worth remembering that a handful of Pokemon movies quite literally show that when their world's in danger, a lot of legendaries are like, "All right, cool. We got to step in now."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even if
so,
the
like,
legendary causing it, it becomes, "All right, you're having a
And then
temper
some of the
tantrum.
yeah,
We're gonna
and then
shut you down."
then there's some of the legendaries that go, danger, let me show you why I am the danger.
yeah. So, quite literally, it's a situation where somehow the apocalypse happens. Somehow. It wouldn't kill a
Somehow,
lot of
how
people.
Game of Thrones.
It wouldn't really change the culture too much. Like, yeah, would the PC system go down? Yeah. Would power go down? Sort of. I mean, you gotta keep in mind that in the Pokemon world, the power plants are not coal burning.
They're
They're
literal Pokemon.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
it's electric Pokemon.
well,
Like,
not only that, power plants are literally just giant facilities with large rotating magnets in them that Pokemon are then encouraged, the electric Pokemon are then encouraged and drawn to congregate around, which then generate electricity for the local area.
yeah.
So, it like they already know how to harness power. Their systems, their devices are already set up to use transformer power from Pokemon. It's not like they have to ad hoc their systems. They're already set up this way. In Galar they are, if I recall. Okay, so one continent out of 9 has coal plants. Okay.
But most of the rest of them have, Pokemon power.
Yeah. So I'm sorry.
It's more efficient, and several of the Pokemon like being given stuff to do that isn't kill each other in the wild.
Well, I mean, yeah, not
Doesn't
only
it
that.
also help them level up?
Probably. It says in
does.
Pikachu's Pokédex that Pikachu's get stronger by massaging their cheeks to make them expel and then generate more electricity. So, yeah, I would assume using their electrical powers every single day would, in fact, make them stronger as well. There was a plot point about the power plant running out of coal. I mean, yeah, sure. But I mean, it's like they made a point that the power plant east of Selden provided power to both Saffron and Selden. They made a point that the power plant in Sinnoh existed, and it was Pokemon powered. Yeah, the Ironworks existed, and that was Pokemon powered. They made a point in Hoenn that Watson had built a power plant as well to, be more eco-friendly, and that's Pokemon powered. Like they go out of their way constantly in Pokemon to be more in tune with the environment, more friendly with the environment, using Pokemon for a lot of the labor required because it helps both the Pokemon because it gives them an environment to not kill each other in where they can get food, safety, and shelter and increase their power without, putting their lives on the line. And it lets it gives the Pokemon, it gets them out of the way, so they're not interfering with like power lines anymore. Now they're congregated in the power plant, which so happens to also use their power to power the power lines that they were previously wrecking. Like Fortress City, which is actually just a city in Redwood Forest, built on the Redwood Forest.
With tree houses, literal tree houses.
Yeah.
Also,
So, I mean,
it also makes sense why the Pokemon world would be more wary about destroying the environment, because if you knock down one tree, you've suddenly got a horde of fucking fully evolved bug types descending on not just you, but your entire village.
Yeah.
well, I mean,
God forbid the tree you felled was a Sudowoodo.
Or a Trevenant.
yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, yes, it is that, but I mean, it's also a case of that cutting into these environments will push Pokemon out of them in general. It's not just, oh, these Pokemon will strike back with a vengeance. It's these Pokemon will no longer have a place to occupy. So if we try to push the Pokemon out, they're either going to end up cascading into, like, say that Pokemon do get all pushed out instead of attacking the humans. So they have to move into the forest that's still remaining, which means that now every single Pokemon now has to do a bunch of fights for power plays to claim territory in the forest that remains. And so then you're going to have more Pokemon forced out as they either lose and die or whatever happens, and maybe they'll come out and attack, or maybe the cascade continues where those Pokemon get pushed out deeper and deeper and deeper, and then eventually something gets annoyed by the Pokemon bothering it for territory, and they decide to go fuck up the humans, or, there's a whole bunch of things that happen whenever you expand territory that we don't really have to be concerned about on Earth, because, we can just shoot them and then they die and that's it. But in the Pokemon world, what if you cut down a tree and that's like Ho-Oh's favorite tree, so he comes over and burns your city down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
bonus points if the tree's own is like 4 continents away.
Yeah.
Like, we're not even in your flight path. How the fuck is this your favorite tree?
Just is, 10,000 years ago he was here and he visited this tree and roosted in it once and he liked it, and now fuck you.
Man, this is a really nice tree. It'll give us some good wood. Start cutting it. All of a sudden you look down, it was a Torterra.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's like just the wrath of Demeter. Demeter? What the fuck? Demeter.
Demeter.
I'm sorry, I had a stroke.
European.
Not even European. I just had a fucking stroke.
Demeter.
No, it is Demeter. It is Demeter. It's Demeter.
But yeah, no. So it's just really weird to have. I've seen this pop up multiple times in the Pokemon section. It's just really weird to have like this whole apocalypse scenario thing, where somehow the apocalypse occurs despite the numerous legendary Pokemon that would be in charge of stopping it.
Again, there's another thing that I forgot. The legendaries only step in when the normal Pokemon can't handle it.
Yeah.
It's even stupider when they do that, where it's not just like one legendary, like they use an evil Pokemon like Zygarde or something like that, and then multiple legendaries fall to it all while ganging up on it. You look at that and it's like, what the fuck was that?
Well, I mean, the movies are solely there to just amp up Ash.
Bro was more of a fraud than Gojo.
Yeah, like I can understand if it takes multiple legendaries to gang up on Arceus, like that one movie that was fucking banger. It was so
was
good.
kind of cool.
But like something like, oh no, there's this weird fucking Pokemon we've never seen before. Oh, it just took down 4 legendaries.
Oh dear.
What?
I mean, it also depends on what kind of legendaries it took down. Because again, you have some really varying power scales when it comes to legendaries. Like some of the legendaries are just like, yeah, They're legendaries because they're just strong, like Latios and
Mm.
Latios. Like they have a
Yeah.
power peak of pretty
Or
fucking high.
yeah,
Some of them
or
are like,
like
yeah,
the
this is just the Pokemon of dreams. It controls dreams. Fuck you. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Here's the
my question's gonna be like, okay, for legend, okay, so are we talking like Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos got taken out, or this motherfucker somehow took out the 3 Dragons of Legend? Like,
Yeah.
did this take out the Gen 1 legendaries, or this take out Reshiram, Zekrom, and whoever the third, Kyurem?
Oh
Like,
yeah, yeah. Or
Wait,
raises a
to be
good
fair-
point. It's like, yeah, you
Yeah.
have like Latios and Latios, but then on the flip side, you have like, oh yeah, Kyogre had a fit today. We now have 20% more coastline.
yeah.
Honestly, Latios and
you know what?
Latios are more like unique Pokemon than anything else.
Mm.
I think if a new Pokemon shows up and is able to take out Groudon and Kyogre somehow working together, it's like, okay, now we can start worrying because those guys are up there on the power scaling.
Yeah.
Oh, who left?
We lost Sign.
Sign. It's around that
And I
time.
think a value was lost.
Yeah, it's about time we wrapped up.
Mm. Yeah,
But yeah,
it's
so
about
it's
1
like I
PM
never
March of
really
the-
liked the whole apocalypse cataclysm scenario in Pokemon. I can understand it from a story perspective of, oh, we are gonna have the apocalypse cataclysm that Ash is gonna stop. That's fine. But I never really understood the whole apocalypse cataclysm thing for a premise, and that it already happened, and now we're just living in the world left behind, because it very much is never going to match what our world would be like in terms of how it would work. Because, I mean, it's not like the apocalypse would stop Pokeballs from working. It's not like the apocalypse would turn off the technology. I mean, maybe that is the apocalypse where all the technology fails. It's like, okay, but we still have apricot Pokeballs.
Yeah, Pokeballs go back literally thousands of years in Pokemon. And
Yeah.
okay, let's say, okay, even apricot Pokeball stopped working. Okay, there are stories of people domesticating Pokemon without capture technology.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine. When you grow up in a world full of animals that can just casually destroy a small town, you adapt.
Old
You
Pokeballs are
tend-
wooden and fancy. I'm pretty sure the apricot Pokeballs and their legendary crafting method probably has something to do with aura and like aura infusions into the apricot. And the reason why it's an apricot that works is because the apricot grows in the Ilex forest. The Ilex forest is infused with the energy of Celebi. So it's got like the whole legendary energy going on. So it's like the legendary energy plus the aura of a human creating a Pokeball. That's my best guess as to how that shit works. But
I mean, it's a good as guess as any. Fucking, I don't know, dude.
yeah, but the point is though is it's just like even without technology, like all technology somehow fails. Squirtle can still cast Water Gun. We have all of our water issues solved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bulbasaur can grow plants. Our food issues are solved. 99,000 species of Pokemon can learn some form of fire move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only way humanity in the Pokemon world is gonna be fucked is if the apocalypse also takes all the Pokemon with it. Every single one.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like the fucking Sonic comic where
Like,
the apocalypse pauses the Pokemon. Or some
I'm
shit.
I'm not sure how like the show handles it. The games are show that like this, even the most advanced continent is still really in tune with like tradition.
Yeah.
Mm.
And also on top of all of that, right? Like on top of all that, even if you wanted like a apocalypse scenario where it's like a all tech fails, also a plague occurs, killing off 90% of humanity, and now the Pokemon are the rulers of the world. Newsflash, Pokemon were always the rulers of the world.
They just allow humans to feel special.
Well, it's not just they allowed humans to feel special, it's they just didn't fucking care. Like, oh, this Tyranitar, they own the mountains. They don't give a shit that the people built a city over there. It's not their territory. They don't care.
And
Unless you do
humans
something
aren't
like wake them up from its nap. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the mining woke them up from their nap. They came down. They hyper beamed the mine. The humans said, "Oh, we're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry." They paid
the
the
food.
Tyranitar a shit ton of food. Tyranitar said, "Okay, I won't hyper beam the rest of you," and then went back to sleep. And then they didn't build a mine there again.
That face
Yeah.
when you wake up and there's a bunch of fucking ants building something, so you destroy it.
Yeah, literally. And so it's just in Pokemon world, Pokemon always rule the world. It's just how it is. They just don't have the same priorities as people. They don't have the priorities of creating a society, of creating giant cities, of creating gatherings. They are, for the most part, very tribal and or solitary creatures. They don't care. And so, 90% of humanity's dead. Now the Charizards are going to start beating up humans because they don't have to be scared anymore. It's like, that wouldn't happen. Like, the Caterpie aren't going to fucking swarm over humans now that they're not going to be extinguished. It's like, they were never going to be extinguished. Like, no one went around just killing Caterpie.
And if they did, they
Except for
probably
probably the
didn't live very
Pidgeotto.
long.
Well, yeah,
like, the
except for other
Pidgeys and Pidgeotto.
Pokemon, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't count though. That's
Yeah,
just
that doesn't
nature.
count. Yeah, I'm just talking about like humans weren't going around just stabbing Mighty Ina left and right because they could, and the Mighty Ina just let them do it because if they retaliated, the humans would wipe them out. No, that didn't fucking happen.
No.
Yeah, I don't think humanity advanced far enough to have that capability. And let's be real, they can't use other Pokemon for it because the Pokemon are smart enough to be like, wait, hang on a second. That's not one of my species, but that's still another Pokemon. I'm not helping you genocide them. That's dumb. We
Yeah,
need them for the
except
environment.
except for some of them do, but that's because they're more like sadistic out.
Well, yeah, some of the Pokemon do because they're sadistic or they're loyal or they don't or again, they don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a fire dragon. My trainer told me to burn down this tree of Caterpie. I don't give a shit about Caterpie. Lamau, look at them burn. Like,
The most dangerous tool in the human's toolbox. Moral relativity.
exactly. But yeah, even Legends Arceus basically canonized that Pokemon generally didn't give a shit what the humans were doing unless the humans wandered directly into their territory and started beating up their minions. So it's just like, I don't, and it's not like as humanity progressed and created cities that they're like, yes, we're gonna poison the waters and burn down the forests and smog the air and we're gonna choke out life of all Pokemon. Mwahaha.
I was
And
gonna
so
say
then
they're not fucking chaos cultists. Like, calm down.
Yeah, like they're not gonna be like the humans didn't go out and do shit to fuck up the environment. That's gonna make the Pokemon be like, oh, now's our chance to get vengeance upon them. As a whole, of all Pokemon, like I remember reading one story way long ago that was like, oh, this is the day of revolt where every Pokemon, and this we're talking like
Day of the Rake.
We're talking like 2013, 2014. This is the day of revolt where all the Pokemon break out of their Pokeballs collectively and kill their trainers in an act of vengeance against humanity for forcing them to fight each other, because if Pokemon had their way, it would be kumbaya, and then all of the homes would be occupied by the Pokemon who killed their trainers, and then you would have all of the Pokemon who did kill their trainers be outcasts, and it was just like a.
It's really funny that you think shit would be kumbaya.
I always love the people that write that. It's like, no, they like fighting. They
Yeah.
love this, in fact, and anyone that doesn't, the trainers generally are cool. It's like, oh, okay, you'll just be a pet then. You can hang around the house.
Yep.
You can
Like-
be my companion.
Yeah. Seviper and Zangoose are the only Pokemon that want to commit a race war, but only against each other. True.
Yep.
I really don't understand writers who will write for something they're not actually a fan of.
Yeah.
Answer. It's popular and therefore it gets some views.
Yeah, well, they're trying to be unique. They're trying to put their own spin on it, darling.
Please never use that voice
Okay,
again.
well, unfortunately, your spin is a little bit too close to Peeta's take on things, so I'm gonna ignore it twice
Yeah.
as hard now.
But
your
yeah,
your
it's
opinion
just-
is wrong, therefore I'm ignoring it.
Your opinion is so wrong. Make Peter sound right.
Why is Jen relinking a video that was linked, I think, earlier this week or last week?
What are you talking
Over in gaming.
about?
It's another video. It's the video
That's
about
it. Oh,
Bloodlines 2
Bloodlines,
being
yeah.
fucked.
Oh, wow! Congratulations, forwarded. You forwarded it from a different fucking Jin, you forwarded it from the fucking.
Wait, this isn't forwarded from. No.
You forwarded it from
Oh
the same fucking server, Jin.
From Maine. Oh,
The
from
urge
9
to
days ago.
repost. The urge to fucking repost in the same server cannot be defeated by the forwarding function.
It's fine for it to be in main. Main is just kind of like a general catch-all. If the discussion continues like more than 3 comments, then move it to the right channel, my guy.
Well, I mean, it's not only that. It was literally, I literally posted it in gaming, as well, like before Birdie did. Yeah, I posted it right here, 10:12 a.m. on the 9th.
Oh, wow.
That's just.
Oh.
Jen. I added some comments and moved it to the right channel. It was already in the right channel! The way was already there!
Alright. That left me in a...
Bro, I'm not
John
scrolling
Jane
back
left
to
me
the
in a good
9th, but you did! You went back to the 9th!
Went
The
back to
forward is from the 9th!
Oh, that's great. Alright, I think I'm gonna leave on that just because it left me in a good mood. Sneaky's red. See us.
There goes the Australian.
Oh.
We have fun on the Two Idiots and Southerners server.
We
Jen,
do.
quit trying to outdo me being stupid. Jen, fucking read this! Read that!
He also could have just done a Discord search for the link and seen that there were 2 instances of that video.
Well, it's not only that. Literally, in the place it was posted, Aura directly links underneath the link in main to where I posted it in gaming!
The plot thickens. Oh, man.
Ugh.
You good, Sneaky?
Of course he's not.
Of course I'm fine.
It's a
I'm just
stream
having
night.
fun. I thought that was just telling him to post it in gaming, not a direct link to gaming.
What's wrong with you?
So all of the comments right after that of congratulations, you're the 3rd person to post this here.
That didn't ever set you off, huh?
that didn't like filter in to anything at any point in time. You scrolled up to the 9th and then said, yes, yes, I'm gonna repost this link into gaming. Oh, God. Anyway, so we're not gonna read that story because obviously it's dog shit.
It's also probably time for us to fucking stop.
Yeah, but I really wanted to read the summary of this one.
Oh, God.
Lycan Mystery Dungeon. Werewolf AU. Some humans get turned into Pokemon to save the world. Others were just in the wrong place on the full moon. Ash knew he was unusual, but not every boy becomes a Railu when exposed to the full moon. But on his 10th birthday, he learns his pack's gift is actually a curse. Well, I mean, honestly, okay, straight up, like...
Author, I'm
It's
gonna
not
be
a
real with you here,
curse.
Chief.
If you view it as a gift. Like, it's like, oh no, you can't view this positively, this is a curse. Like,
I'm gonna be 100 with you. No one cares about your Werewolf the Apocalypse game.
Also, why is it a pack? If they only turn into a Railu on the full moon, what, a pack of humans are just traveling around and, oh no, guys, they're gonna turn into Railu on the full moon. You know, those really dangerous Aura Masters. Was they fucking feral?
Fucking sneaky. I don't know. Maybe it's considered witchcraft. Who knows?
Do they turn into a Riley with rabies? Like,
I don't see how that would even be looked upon poorly. Because there was already lore in some of the games about how like
people in
Pokemon and
yeah.
humans came from the same genome. It's like, okay, so apparently you've got some sort of weird recessive gene that forces you to swap back to a Pokemon for a short time. Okay, that's weird, but not the strangest thing to come out of
No,
the
I
world
mean,
we live in.
also the lore for Abracadabra and Alakazam is they were once human, who just turned into Pokemon one day.
I don't remember that. That must be some newer stuff. I don't think that was in Gen 1. Was it?
Yeah.
Alright, Bulbapedia, help
Yep.
me out.
Okay, so red, green, and blue. Using its ability to read minds, sleep, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, teleportation, blah blah blah. Everyone needs sleep. Telekinetic powers, sleeping. Sleeps, teleport, sleeps. Teleport, sleeps, teleport, sleeps, teleport, sleeps, teleport, sleeps, teleports, sleeps, teleport, sleeps, teleport, sleeps. What the fucking hell? Where is the lore?
Hey, Alakazam doesn't mention anything about having been human. I've never seen Mega Alakazam. Jesus Christ, that is something.
What the fuck? Huh? That's nothing to do with. Huh? What?
What's the problem?
The AI is on crack. It decided to bring up John Money.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, it just starts talking about John Money and the trans experiment, and then it finishes off that whole thing with, by the way, on Reddit, people talk about children turning into Abra, and this has nothing to do with the experiments of John Money, because this is a completely fictional scenario. It's like, huh? What?
Hmm. So
I
I found a Reddit thing claiming
Oh,
that
okay,
three of
that's what it
Cadaver's
is.
entries.
Yeah,
Oh,
so the
okay.
original
The first
entry were
one is
never
an emerald.
translated. Yeah,
Well, and the first time we see it is an emerald over here. Suddenly transformed into Cadaver while assisting with research into ESP, again in Fire Red, and then again in Sun as a theory in universe.
yeah.
Okay. So once again, not even the strangest thing for there to just be a pack of humans that sometimes turn into Riolus. That wouldn't be all that strange in
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
So treating it like it's some big issue
It's my
is
werewolf AU. You see alpha, betas, and omegas, and
cease. Just cease.
yeah.
Yes.
I do appreciate how the guy that originally came up with the alpha, beta, omega theory was so traumatized seeing what the internet did to it that he spent the rest of his life trying to get it taken down.
Yeah. Well, I think that didn't help things because, his follow-up research is like, okay, I think I was wrong. They actually do family groups. It's communal. But you know how the science community tends to be. Once something takes root, boy, is it hard to tear it back out.
Yep. But yeah. So it's just spent his entire life following that up.
Trying to correct people on it, and
I
no
sent you
one gives
the really funny post about the wolves, right?
the one where it's looks like it's mimicking human walking and
The human territory sections. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep,
oh,
yeah, I
that
did.
one. Yeah, I saw that one, and
Yeah, people
I
are
had
like,
a good.
"Oh, borders are just imaginary lines that don't exist in nature." Wolves.
It's like, bro, have you heard of territories?
Yeah,
Because holy
wolves
shit.
actually holding territory and then not infringing upon each other's territories. Hmm.
many such
Hmm.
cases.
Yeah, it, I, I have a fascination with people who spout nonsense so confidently.
Well, it's because deep down they're racist.
I just meant in general, like
Oh
science
no,
constantly
I'm
spouting
not
off
talking
stuff.
about racist against other humans. I'm talking about racist against other species, where they have a human supremacy ideal baked into their mindset, and where they believe that everything that humans do is uniquely just humans, and that there is some sort of noble, savage, um, utopia awaiting humanity from when they stop doing the human things. And so, like, they say shit like borders don't exist, animals don't have borders. Actually, animals do have borders.
Yeah, see, that's the kind of person that in the same breath will sit there and talk about, unironically, like, as mentioned earlier, animals don't have emotions. It's like,
Yeah,
bro,
that's
do you
exactly that's what I'm
do
saying. Yeah,
you
like,
have any idea how many stories and studies there have been where it's like, not only do animals have emotions, we have actually gotten to see real time that when an animal is in a paternal state, they will just adopt from other species and like fully raise that other species as their own.
yep.
You're more likely to see it in domesticated situation because in the wild, if that is a pack animal, uh, boy,
Well,
that's
it's
gonna
more
be real
like,
awkward
well,
when
it's more like genuine wild animals typically don't adopt. Um,
it
outside of their
it is
group.
it is exceedingly rare, and the few times we've seen it, I think it's at least been like they're the same species.
Yeah, and it's more because it's a
Outdoors.
resource issue, right? It's a resource issue. Oh, it's one extra mouth to feed. It's not directly linked to you. But when you exist in a scenario like, say, a human household where your food is provided to you 3 times a day to the animal, an infinite quantity, it never runs out. There's always fresh water. It's always safe. There's no threats.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm shocked that they don't use those studies to prove the point of, like, if you provide basic needs, beings just chill the fuck out.
Well, Max, that's because, again, you have to keep in mind there's a deep-seated, baked human supremacy mindset in a lot of these people where they believe they have ascended above nature and exist beyond the realm of animal, and that everything that happens in our brain is somehow ascendant and greater than nature, and that we can simply be beyond what we are biologically, and that we're not animals. We are an ascended race.
That's a funny joke.
And yet crime rates are still a thing.
Don't notice that.
Well, Max, you see, that's because of socioeconomic factors.
I think that means it's time for bed.
I think we need to remember that this is a fanfiction podcast, not a political podcast.
That's
I
true
mean,
as well.
to be fair, a lot of that actually does heavily impact people's writing.
Oh, I know, and I hate it because gets into an age-old conversation you and I have had, in which I expressed my intense hatred and loathing of people who cannot separate art from the artist, and the artist is incapable of separating their art from their beliefs.
Yes. Yeah.
But it is their freedom to do so as they wish with their art.
Yeah.
And it is my freedom to point out how incredibly stupid and regressive that is as a species.
Yes. But either way, Max, we will be returning on Tuesday because there is always more
We have to.